Today is a blessed day that God has made, and all of us are glad in Him. I want to greet Mommy Diaspora. Mommy, God going to bless your day. I going to make you stronger. Stronger for the world and stronger for your people, for your children. You are going to be more stronger when this nation is divided, because that is the end product of what we are dealing with. I want to thank all the viewers out there. I want to thank my panelists. May God bless all of us all. I will start with Shore. You see, there's a word that said, it said, knowledge is power. Above all, wisdom is a necessity. That is my own statement. You see, Nigerians believe that we just got to say it the way we see it. It is not the way you see it that is the particular thing that is happening. In a revolution, there is a playbook of revolution. There's a book on revolution. You cannot change it. You can only fuse in your own impact, your own system. But still, you are going to align with that playbook of revolution. Iran revolution. The leader of Iran revolution, whose son is the head today, Ayatollah Khomeini. He led a revolution in 1947, stroke entering 1949. And that revolution was to change the system of governance. He didn't mention Sharia law. No, he didn't mention it. He said the king of Iran was corrupt. And he has invited the enemies of Iran to take over Iran. Our oil has been diverted. Our people have no longer, they don't have our culture anymore. They are taking what? The Western culture. And he went into what happened. Khomeini was in France. He was in France commanding a revolution. He went to the higher institution. And that revolution, he built it up. In the space of 4 years, he built it up. The people in the university took it as a matter of thing that they must lead it, because they've heard the lies. The lies Khomeini spoke. And Khomeini was behaving, he was having two personalities in one. Like what Muhammad Ali said. He says, sting like a bee and be as wise like a dove. Revolution. You must listen to the people that have the same ideal with you, that have the same changes mentality in you, that want to see a better thing like you have seen. A revolution comes with ideology. What is the ideology backing Shore? What is the ideology? Is it to fight the way you fight in the university? No. A country is different from a university, but a university is the nursery ground to make your foundation solid, so that as you enter, you must take the playbook of revolution and add your own salt into it to make it more palatable, to make it more subject itself to the 21st century. But Shore is not doing it. That is why I say I said knowledge. Nigeria lack knowledge. That is why we are less critical thinkers in Nigeria. Everybody's busy. How did I acquire it? I sat down, bought books and read. And I look at countries upon countries. And when I mention countries, it's as a result of me sitting down. I work 16 hours. But I can still find my time. Time does not wait for anybody. You have to create the time for yourself. I'm disciplined in that. But Nigeria, no. They go according to the tides. I said one thing. I said Nigeria is like what is going to the era of Venezuela. People thought I was joking. Nigeria just gave an instinct. Yeah. That man Shore is working for himself. You like Nigerians like hearing sweet talk. Oh, the man they look the poor masses. But the guy is not playing the books of revolution. That is why we need to get ourselves with knowledge. He's playing his own game. His brother, who is a lawyer, Nigeria showed the video for you. His brother said it is time for them to rest and take care of their family. Those of you that have not gone to prison, because they now take prison as a yardstick for being indoctrinated into a revolution. No ideology. That is Shore you are seeing. They ask Shore, where are you getting your funds? The man that has been indoctrinated himself into revolution. Ask him. This is where you are getting your fund. Up to today, none of Nigerians asked Shore, is that true? Shore could not reply. But he's coming out to play the game every Nigerian can play. The game he play, every Nigerian can play it. Don't belittle yourself. Every Nigerian can play the game he's playing. Why did they not lock Shore and throw the key into the sea? But they are locking other people. They took a pastor and locked him up in SSD. They now throw the key away. They don't know where the pastor is. But your DSS came to arrest him in Ogun State. Why is it that it's always banking on, oh, we go to court, oh, we go to 500 case in court, and none of that, blah, 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 blah. Why? Why? Why is it being released? Every time it comes out, why is he not adhering to what Obi is saying? You must, in the revolution, you must sting like a bee and be as wise as a dove. Khomeini sting like a bee. He was wiser than them. Khomeini came into power and changed the trajectory and now installed Sharia law. And he drove away all the people. He was a bad person. He drove, after ascending that throne, he drove all the people that supported the revolution mentality, the ideology. He drove them and now established his own monarchical system, which is the Sharia law. And that has been existing for well over 40 years. They've been buying people. The Iranians were more than 150 million. They bought them to 89 million. 75% Christian. The people that adopted them, they came from the desert and adopted their country and now took their country. And that is what we are witnessing. We have not gone to Venezuela. We have gone in, but the adverse effect of Venezuela principle that Agbado has introduced has not started yet. Nigeria, you say people are begging. No, they've not started begging. They will soon send their kids. If you have gone to Brazil before, they will send their kids to the road and that kids will start picking pockets. And when you see the kid, you'll be able to beat him or you just look at him, come, you give him money. That is what is happening in Venezuela and Brazil. Brazil own is not like that, but Brazil own has a peculiar problem. But our problem is like people are sleeping under the bridge. In Venezuela, people were sleeping in uncompleted building, skyscraper of 30-story building. They were sleeping. They made their own doors. All the buildings were owned by civilians. They were taken over by homeless people in Venezuela. They fought. The government brought them down because the government established corruption and drug into the economy and made the youth useless with drugs. Drug business became a lucrative business for the youth. What is happening to your youth today? 419. You think the government is not releasing them? Government releasing them, but they will just use one as an example, but they still continue it. Why? Because your government has established something. I will come to that question they asked, that madam asked, that's dear sister asked. You cannot arrest Arabambi because Arabambi is standing on his rights. We are equal before any law. As long as it's not infringing on your rights, he's speaking. And he's speaking as long as his speech does not threaten the life of anybody. As long as his speech is on the principle of he has a right to speak. And he has everybody must hear him. Whether you don't like him, you must hear him. If you don't want, go to court. Go through the normal process to arrest him. Not that it's above the law. In Nigeria context, it might be above the law because it's been sponsored, but he is standing under his own rights, constitutional rights, which it is universal. You cannot arrest him, but you can arrest him if you see a crime being committed as he's exercising his right. That is when you can arrest him. There is what we call citizen arrest. Nigeria don't have it. In America, you can apply that. You can even tell a police officer that you are speeding. You break the light. You can write a petition. You video it. You write it. The police officer will pay for that light that he breached. You go to the court. The judge will say, pay so amount. He will pay. Nothing will happen. Hell will not fall. So Nigerians, we must embrace knowledge. We cannot be tired. We cannot go to another mass and say, I'm tired of Nigeria issue. It is your country. What history are you going to tell your children? If your children ask you, where are you born? You were born in African country. Which African country? You say, Daddy, I want to go there. You say, you know, can't go. That means you say, Daddy, you failed. What will you tell him? We must fight. There's nothing like I want to rest in your own father. You want to rest when your father's land is under fire. What if it's your property? Will you rest? Will you give up? Like I said, every human being is greedy, was born greedy. But when you accept truth, your greediness will be subdued by truth. I want to speak on that the allergy that spoke, the full animal that spoke, and the bad senior brother. That man is just a religious bigot. The totality of his speech is religious bigotry. That is the embodiment of everything he spoke, is religious bigotry. He's telling you that an accomplice, a suspected Boko Haram suspect, which you know, is telling to your face, that he has the best quality as a vice president. Your vice president of Nigeria. I have video on that. I have video. I sent the video out. That is why I have the confidence that his name is on the list. Many Nigerians send the video out. His name is on the list. What did your Minister of Defense said? He said those that are accomplished, those that are supporting banditry, they are what? They are banditry themselves. That is the principle of law itself. If you are aiding and abetting, the law says you have committed that same crime that person executed. That is it. That is the principle your Minister of Defense is applying. So, what are we saying? That man speaking there, he has aided and abetted criminality and banditry, terrorism in Nigeria. He's just sitting down because he has what? He has what? Quota system that supported him. Quota system that supported him to be where it is. Has he been productive before? Everything he got, was it not under quota step? In a good day, if you go to the south, you say, I need first class 1,000. They will come out in Lagos State. I need 20 professors. They will come out in Ekiti State. I need 40 professors. They will come out in Anambra State. I need 10 professors that are worthy of that professorship. 10 from Kaduna, Mokusi. Mokusi, how many go come back? With equity and justice must be applied.
When you say 20 from Ekiti, you are that, every family in Ekiti State has
I am just giving an example. I know. I'm just giving an example. I'm just giving a rough sketch of it. Because I serve in Ekiti State. I know what it is. So everybody should understand the situation we are. Nigerians have not started begging. The adverse effect of what this man is doing presently, when it trickle in, when it starts his base, when it starts affecting us, I bet you Nigerians, homeless Nigeria will take over buildings and they will tell the owner, you have no right to continue this building because we are here. I'm telling you, let them be breaking houses. Let them be breaking out. It happened in Venezuela. It's because most Nigerians don't know. They don't study. They don't go and make themselves available. The same your Bible said, make yourself available for knowledge and wisdom. But what do we have? We follow our pastors. Ignoramus, follow our pastor without knowing the doctrine of Christianity. What the Lord said about Christian. What he said about followers of Christ, you don't know. That is why we adore those criminality. That is why the Bible says God said we start his judgment from the pulpit, from his house. And those pastors you see that are driving limousine, all of them, they are fake pastors. A pastor, a man of God, it is very rare for you to be a rich man because you have poverty around you. He is a giver. Jesus dwelt among the poor, the poorest of the poor, and he was giving. He was wealthy, but he was giving. He gave all. Even his life, he gave it. What has your pastor given? During COVID, they give they did not give to you. You are still following them, that they are your geo. That is the simple doctrine of Christ. As the Bible says, as Christ is, so are we. Are they like Christ? No. They are cheating you with miracle that is not existing. You can pray to God yourself, you will get your healing. He said we are co-equal with Jesus on the throne. We are seated side by side with him at the right hand of the Father. Why is your pastor your God? That is the muism in Nigerian Christendom. They don't want to learn. That part of religion is what they use to subdue you, because the pastors and the politicians, they are co-equal. They use religion to subdue you. The same thing with Sharia law, Islam. They use Islam to subdue you. Sharia law don't give rights. If you commit offense, they'll say you commit offense against God. And what is the consequences? They'll chop off whatever they want to chop off. You know it. If you fight against the supreme leader of the Sharia, you fight against God. And what happened to you? 6 feet. It's there now. The Muslims don't know what I'm saying. I'm not lying. It is being perpetrated. 16,000 were chopped off in Iran. Chopped off in Iran. What have you people said? Most of you don't even know, because you don't follow the trend. What is happening in Iran today? The revolution is the real revolution. You need external force. You need to gather your arms, and the arms is your external force. Khomeini started revolution with external force. France was involved. America was involved. Great Britain was involved. We took over the military in Nigeria. Great Britain was involved. America was involved. France was not involved, but Britain was involved. That is how we took over the military. In every revolution, the leader of the revolution must listen, and he must create his cell all around the country. What is your brother Showore doing? Showore is just deceiving everybody. It is the prison that is going to. He's deceiving everybody. If you want to use the law, Showore, it will hit him hard. It's because we don't have a judicial system that is right. You can't be calling for a revolution when you have a constituted body. Even if you are calling, why is it that people that lead revolution, they stay outside the country? Because they know if the head is chopped off, the body is gone. The leader of any revolution must be protected.
But
The leader of any ideology must be protected. That is why I said protect Obi. The only thing we can do is to protect Obi, because it carries something that you and I need inside of him.
I have a question for you, though. Now, you just talk about Showore, that you cannot be calling for a revolution while you are in the country.
He's not doing any revolution. No, he's just playing.
I have a question for you. Let me just make my question to you. Now, he's doing this. The likes of Nnamdi Kanu is in prison. Do you think, or will you think that Showore is working for the government?
See, yes. You see, there's what we call networking in revolution. Showore has finished his networking. That is why he cannot answer that question they asked him. One of our brother who is on exile. That is why I couldn't answer the question. Where is he getting the fund for? The guy mentioned it. Why did he not answer it? I dare him. I challenge him to answer that question. If he's a real revolutionary, the reason why I said the revolutionary head must make sure he's protected. It's either he's protected in his country or he's outside. It is because the people you are fighting against, they are well armed. They can take you down anytime. Anytime.
Well, I know the answer to the question I asked you. I just wanted to probably make it clear to the Nigerians.
Anytime. Look, Kanu came into the country. What happened to him? They wanted to kill him. He ran outside. He dared them, but he ran outside. Kanu is the main. He's following the doctrine and the book of revolution. You see the crowd that is building in the West. He has a cell. In the East, he has a bigger cell. In Edo State, he has a cell. All of in South South, he has a cell. That is why you see everything he has spoken today. All of us are together, are inclined in everything he has spoken. Their mentality, their ideology, what are we doing? We are buying it gradually. That is how a
Mr.
revolutionist
Labo,
work.
are you there
That is
to
how
give
it
it,
works.
do a time check on Black Panther so that
That is how it
we can
works.
move on?
But I'll give you, finish my submission by saying, Shore is fake. It's fake. And Nigerian, by next year, the adverse effect of this government, we are going to see it. This year, we are going to see it because it must come to play. The cancer we have, we cannot clean it. We need external force to help us to clean it. But we have to show the external force that we are ready for the revolution. Thank you very much.
If APC does not buy Nigeria, Nigeria should buy APC. That if the APC does not buy Nigeria, Nigeria will buy APC. Mr. Labo.